I've been playing around with Z-Wave Long Range for the last 2 weeks, so I thought I'd share with you guys my real world experience from using it. First, I'm going to share with you what Z-Wave Long Range is, and then show you how you can set it up so you can test it out in your own environment. So what is Z-Wave Long Range? It's an addition to the Z-Wave protocol that increases the range to several miles and has a network capacity of 4,000 nodes. Here are some additional things you need to know. The first thing you need to know is that it's currently only available in the US, but there are considerations for other markets. Secondly, Z-Wave Long Range uses a different frequency and a higher transmit power. The last and most important thing you need to know is that Z-Wave Long Range devices cannot be used as repeaters. There are currently no consumer hubs out right now that support Z-Wave Long Range, but we can still test it out by using the Z-Wave PC controller software. This is a free Windows-only application that's intended to be an example of all the features a Z-Wave Hub should support. You can learn how to install the Z-Wave PC controller software by following this detailed guide on the Silicon Labs website. Once you have the Z-Wave PC controller software installed, the first thing you want to do is change the region of your Z-Wave controller. On the main menu page, click Transmit Settings, then for RF region, select US Long Range from the list, and then click Set. Now we can add our devices. Z-Wave Long Range devices can only be included using Smart Start. On the main page, click Smart Start. Then on the Smart Start page, click Scan DSK. Then uncheck Keyboard Entry to open up the camera. Once your Smart Start code is scanned, click OK. If I click on my device-specific key in the provisioning list, I can see all the options that were selected by default. The important thing is to make sure that the Long Range Node option was selected. Once the device-specific key is added to the provisioning list, the device will automatically join the network. Now that our device is included into our network, the first thing you will notice is that it has a node ID of 256. There is also a check in the long range column on the network management page. Both of these things tell us that our device was successfully included in long range mode. If our device was not included in long range mode, you would see an X in the long range column. Now that everything is set up, the only thing left to do is test everything out. The device I'm going to be using in my testing is the Zeus Zen 37 battery-powered wall remote. According to the product page, it has a range of 1,300 feet in long range mode. The Z-Wave PC controller software does not have a UI like other hubs do. This means that in order to view the events generated by the remote, we need to use the log function. We can get to the log by clicking the log icon in the bottom right. As you can see, when I press a button on my remote, it generates a scene notification. The way I tested the range of the Zen 37 was really simple. First, I pressed buttons on the remote while moving further and further away from the controller. Then I pointed the remote in the general direction of the controller to get the best signal. The last thing I did was watch for events in the PC controller software and then use the GPS on my phone to document the distance. After my first test, I recorded a range of 1,000 feet. For my second test, I wanted to see what's the max range I could achieve, so I moved my controller from its normally installed position to a more optimal position near the window. For my second test, I recorded an impressive range of 1,500 feet, and this was done with obstacles in the way. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with the numbers that I got. It's important to note that the goal of this video is not to give you specific range values, but to show you how to set up and test Z-Wave Long Range in your own environment. Also, in this video, I only demonstrated the range of an end device to the controller. In part 2 of this video, I'm going to demonstrate the range of the controller to an end device. I will also be testing to see if there's any difference between the 700 series controller and the 800 series controller when using both in long range mode.